My dear students, we will go through the chapter A Letter to God written by Gregorio Lopez to prepare for the exam. Now the story. Once upon a time, there was a farmer named Lencho who lived in the only house that was there on the top of a hill. The hill was low-heighted. From there, a river and a ready-to-harvest cornfield were visible. The field belonged to Lencho, and he had the utmost confidence that the harvest would reap great profits. The only thing that he awaited was rainfall. With this hope, he spent an entire morning gazing at the sky in the northeast direction from where the clouds were supposed to appear. Lencho looked at the sky confidently and told his wife that they were going to have a rain shower, to which the lady replied that she also wanted that everything should happen as hoped and expected. At that time, their elder children were working in the field, and the younger ones were playing near the house when Lencho's wife called everyone for dinner. At this moment, drops of rain began to fall, hereby proving the farmer's prediction to be true. The wind was pleasant, and clouds could be seen approaching from the northeast sky. Lencho was so happy and excited that he referred to the raindrops as coins, large droplets being equivalent to 10 cents and the smaller ones as 5 cents. He said so because he knew that these raindrops were very precious for the crops. These raindrops would ensure a good crop, which would eventually get them a lot of money from the yield. On seeing everything go as expected, Lencho started imagining that the field was covered with droplets as if they were wrapped in a curtain. Suddenly, strong wind started blowing, leading to a hailstorm. Satirically, the writer referred to these pellets of frozen rain as new silver coins. His children, who were innocent, went out to play and collect these hailstones, which looked like frozen pearls. Lencho was now worried. He wanted the storm to get over quickly, which, to his utmost disappointment, didn't. The hailstones covered the entire valley. It made everything look so white that it seemed as if it was covered with salt. Lencho was now stressed. The trees had shed their leaves, corns were smashed, and the flowers had also fallen from their plants. He expressed his dismay and sorrow at the sight of his withered field and commented to his sons that the effect of the storm proved to be worse than the crop destroying insects. All their hard work had gone in vain. He felt helpless. He feared that they might have to starve this time. Now there was just a single hope in their heart, their faith in the Almighty. They gave each other support and recalled a saying which assured them that no one would ever die due to starvation. Lencho spent his entire night thinking of the only option left, and that was to seek the help of God. He knew that God's eyes, as told by elders, could see everything, even what was deep in one's conscience. So he decided to write a letter to God, conveying his grievances. Lencho was a very hard-working man. Rather, he was an ox of a man. That is, he worked like an animal in the fields. Though Lencho was a farmer, he knew to read and write. The following Sunday at daybreak, he wrote a letter which he himself carried to the town and mailed it. In his letter, he communicated his poverty-stricken situation and mentioned that he required 100 pesos to regenerate the crops along with surviving until they were ready to harvest. On the envelope he wrote, "To God," and then placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it in the mail box. One of the postmen showed Lencho's letter to the postmaster. They both felt amused, but the postmaster, fat and amiable, immediately developed a sense of seriousness. He was shocked at the amount of faith Lencho had in God and wished he had the same. With good intentions, the postmaster thought of replying to it so as to keep the writer's belief intact. But the writer expected the reply in a different way that could not be fulfilled with pen, paper, and morals. So the postmaster, along with his colleagues, collected money to help Lencho. Despite his best efforts, he was only able to collect an amount not more than half of what was required. He then put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho along with a letter that contained only a single word as a signature: God. Next Sunday, Lencho came looking for the reply. The postmaster waited eagerly to see his facial expression after receipt of the letter. But to his surprise, the farmer got disheartened on seeing that the money was less than what he had asked for. His faith in God was still undeterred, and he was sure that God could not make such a mistake. On being disappointed, he started looking for ink and paper to write to God again. On completing, he affixed it with a stamp and dropped it in the mail box. The moment the letter fell into the mail box, the postmaster took the letter, opened it, and read it. Lencho complained that he had received only 70 pesos and he was really in need of the remaining amount. He doubted the integrity and honesty of the post office employees and suggested that the money should not be sent via post because he doubted that the staff at the post office must have stolen the missing amount. That's all. Thank you, my dear students.